Hello and welcome to this video course where we will be discussing the multiple ways that you can profit from the information products that you purchase. Now, these methods that we'll be talking about in this course, you'll be able to implement them regardless of the reason that you bought the product. For example, let's say that you bought a new affiliate marketing method or a course or an instructional method teaching you how to do affiliate marketing in a new way. This course will be discussing how you'd profit from that course in every way other than the method that you're being taught in the course. So we're going to discuss how you use that product that you bought in order to make profits in every other way. So now this course is going to be delivered in 6 parts. Part 1 will discuss the turning of your purchase into an actual service, and we'll talk about how you do that. Part 2 will discuss turning your webinar attendances into its own product. Part 3 will discuss turning your purchases into new products. Part 4 will discuss turning your purchases into affiliate promotions and a concept called affiliate jacking, which is short for affiliate hijacking. Part 5 will discuss using webinars and workshops along with your purchases in order to profit. And Part 6 will discuss PLR jacking or PLR hijacking. And we'll wrap up with using your purchases for list building. Now, this course, we will discuss all of these parts in a way for you to be able to take them and then use them for profit. Now, let's first talk about the mindset you're going to need in order to monetize all of your purchases. So whether or not you bought a piece of software, whether or not you buy an information product, whether or not you buy a piece of PLR, whatever it is that you're buying, you want to be able to profit from it in every way. And we want to talk about how you think about that in order to profit. And basically, we're going to suggest that you need to have a business and accounting mindset. And if you've ever did anything with respect to accounting, whether or not it was in school or in business, there are some basic building blocks when it comes to accounting. There are assets. So these are things that you buy for the purpose of using them in order to allow your business to make money. So for instance, you could buy membership software. That software in and of itself won't make you money, but buying the software is going to be necessary for you to be able to create sites and lock up content so that you'll be able to create places for your customers to go once they purchase. You can also buy a product for the sake of revenue. So the product all by itself brings in cash. So let's say that you go and you buy a website that's already cash flowing. You buy it with the express purpose, understanding that the website will actually start paying you and putting money into your account. There is also expense. So this actually costs you money in some way. These are the fees that you're going to have to pay in order to do business. Autoresponder fees, hosting fees, all the kinds of things that you have to pay out that won't necessarily pay you directly, but they are the cost of doing business. Finally, there is inventory, which you can take and sell for cash, and that would be your PLR and your resale rights products. You're going to be able to take them and resell them at a retail level. So the question is going to be, when you start thinking about your purchases, how do your purchases fall into these categories? And you want to start thinking about that even if you buy, let's say, a piece of software and it has a purpose, you want to also think in terms of how else can you use it? Can you use it as an asset? Can you use it as revenue? To generate revenue? Can you use it in order to resell it? And if you think in that way, you are going to then be able to find new ways to monetize your purchases. One of the keys to being able to buy for profit any product, regardless of what its purpose is to understand the basic foundation of internet marketing. Now, let's discuss what we mean by that. Basically, the mindset to have is to understand that information marketing or internet marketing as we know it, or online marketing with the express purpose of creating information for sale is a trade. It doesn't necessarily take a college degree. It doesn't necessarily take a profession. It takes an understanding of how the mechanisms work. And so for you to understand how the mechanisms work, just as you would if you had to be a plumber, just as you would if you had to be a carpenter, you need certain tools to do internet marketing. You need things like autoresponders. You need things like sales pages and landing pages. Understanding the tools that you need to buy is important for you to be able to do the trade. And understanding that when you start thinking about what you're buying, one of the things that you're going to need to do is to make sure that you have the tools of the trade first before you start buying for some of these other reasons. You are going to need to have certain training, or you're going to need to be able to access certain people with that training. You are going to need to understand copywriting. You are going to need to be able to understand outsourcing. You're going to need to understand graphics and how they fit into the sales process. You are going to need to understand content and how it draws people in, research and how it goes into your product development, social, search. These are ways of bringing people to your actual website or to your web presence, video and how it comes across. So basically, you want to understand that these are going to be things that you need to understand, even if you choose not to be the person to do it. If you're going to have someone else do it, you want to have an understanding of how it works. If you have to outsource copywriting, you want to understand what good copy is. If you want to outsource your graphics when you get the actual package back, you want to understand what good graphics look like. If you are going to have your copy outsourced or your content outsourced, you want to understand what good content is and whether or not it's effective in what it does. So whether or not you have someone else do these things or not, you still want to have enough training in your brain to be able to make sure that you understand what's happening. And of course, any trade can become a business. For example, you can be a plumber and learn the trade, but you can then start your own plumbing business, and internet marketing is no different. If you think about it in this way, these are certain things that you're going to have to understand even as you start to create an internet marketing business. When you start teaching others, this is when it becomes a profession. So in other words, when you start to generate income that is recurring, when you can start to dictate what your methods are, when you can generate profits at will, it will become a profession. You can then start teaching people what you have learned. So understanding these points, understanding that internet marketing as a trade is important as you start to buy, making sure that you have the tools of the trade before you attempt to then start taking some of the purchases that you have to turn them into other profits. So make sure that you understand some of these basics, and if you don't understand them, make sure that you have a plan to start understanding them so that you will then begin to see the relationships between what you've purchased and being able to find buyers or people that need what you can bring to the marketplace. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Hello and welcome. Now in this video, we're actually going to go and look at some of the services that you can offer to other internet marketers and entrepreneurs. Now you'll notice here that we are in the Warrior Forum, and if you look at the address that we are in the warriorforum.com. Now you may or may not have an account at the Warrior Forum. In some cases you may want to get an account so that you can go here and offer some of these services, but we're actually going to be talking about how you can offer them in a different way. But you do want to come to the Warrior Forum so that you can understand what other marketers are looking for in the service. Now you notice here that I've gone inside of the Warrior Forum. I've gone inside of a particular forum that's called the Warriors for Hire, and I'm actually going to show you how you get to that forum right now. Now you are looking at the Warrior Forum, and what you're going to do is you're going to look at the very front part of the forum. You want to look for this subforum called Warriors for Hire. When you get there, you're going to see that you get to actually search the forum, and you want to go inside of the forum and then click search this forum. You then want to do an advanced search. When you get there, what you're going to do is you're going to actually put in the terms that you want to search for. And the way that I do it is I like to look for the titles only in my search. And this will actually give me those results that I'm really looking for. Otherwise, you can get a lot of irrelevant results. You're going to notice here right away that I've actually gone and I've looked for video creation in Warriors for Hire. And you notice that there are quite a few results here. There are 63 total, and you get a chance to see those people that are actually creating video for other people. And you can look at that and look at some of their listings to see what they're looking for. One of the great things about the Warrior Forum is you'll actually get to see some of the replies and how people created the service, maybe what they did and did not do fully when they were servicing customers. You'll also see here that I can actually put in here creation, right? And you can see there are people who just do the creation process. I've also done a search for voiceover. And so again, if you've got audio equipment and you can actually do the actual voiceover, you can go inside of the Warrior Forum again to see what a service looks like. I understand that you can do any of these services on Fiverr that may or may not necessarily be the market that you're looking for. You can do that, but what we're talking about is creating the service that other internet marketers want so that you understand how to do it for their business. I'm actually going to show you here. Here's someone who's offering a webinar service, right? You can see what they're looking for. They've actually got their tools on the Warriors for Hire section, right? So they're offering a webinar service. You can also see that there's someone who writes sales copy. Quite a few people there. You look at their 70 listings. And these are people that rewrite or write sales copy. So if you are confident in the way that you write or rewrite sales copy, maybe you want to do it for people who already have PLR, you can actually do that and offer that service here inside of the Warrior Forum, or you can offer services that mirror these that are in the Warrior Forum. You'll see here that here's someone who understands how to put a membership site together. So this is someone who obviously understands whether it's OptimizePress or whatever membership site software that's out there. If you have that software, you can actually offer the service to be able to set people up in their membership site. You can see here that here's someone looking for somebody who understands ClickFunnels. So if you understand ClickFunnels and you understand how to get people set up and how to get people operating, that's a service that you can offer. You can offer Facebook ad management. So again, now you do need to understand how this actually works, but once again, it is a service that you can offer people in addition to actually doing the actual work of doing your own Facebook ads. And one of the things I want to show you right here is that here's someone who actually does interviews, and they actually give you some of the assets that go along with it, and you can buy an interview service. Right? They'll do a third-party interview of you. So basically, you want to poke around the Warrior Forum so you can find out what marketers are looking for. Go to the Warriors for Hire section. In some cases, you can go to the classified ad section. And what you're going to do is you're going to actually get a look at how to offer a real service that you can actually take some of the products that you already have and turn them into services for other people. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I'll see you in another video.